Welcome. I'm Laura Jane, and what I'm about to share with you is a safe, gentle mat practice from the world of yoga, using yoga as a therapy to help you take care of you. And as with all forms of yoga, you want to take it slow and gentle and make sure you let these exercises be just right for your unique body today, being careful, taking it slow, and making sure to do these exercises in a way that only help you feel better. Although this practice is designed to address structural alignment, meaning it should make aches and pains better, it's also going to be helping refresh our energy, help us let go of stress, and do some important stretching and even gentle strengthening to give that well-rounded effect to the body. So get ready, get out your mat, and come along for this very gentle mat practice that I've designed for you. So we're going to start laying on the back because that is the safest place to start getting realigned with the structure. So I'm going to invite you to get onto your mat, and we're going to be in a position that could be called hook lying. So you want your feet on the floor, hips width apart and straight ahead. And then we're going to lay ourselves back to be flat on the floor here, arms by our sides in a low V, shifting around to feel comfortable and symmetrical. So you're going to want to settle in here to start. And with all mat practices, all yoga practices, we want to pause, bring ourselves more present mentally. We want to relax into the position to start. So see what you can do to start relaxing here, which can include closing your eyes if you want, and softening your face and jaw helps relax the rest of the body. And then just do what you can to relax into this position. And before we move, just take a moment to notice how you feel before we get started. Check in with how your body is doing, what parts of you might want some special attention and care today, how you feel energy-wise, what's happening in the mind even, and emotionally. Checking in with yourself and just ready to honor and work with whatever's true for you today. So from this relaxed position, let's now start to add a more therapeutic breath, bringing the breath back into the belly more, like we were born breathing. So slowly, gently start to breathe more fully into your belly, and you could even put a hand on the belly to help. But start to fill up that belly more as you inhale, letting the breath come up into the torso from there. And then as you exhale, feel the torso lowering and the belly lowering as you gently let all the air go, breathing out of your mouth or nose. So we're starting to get this therapeutic breath going, which is going to bring so much more oxygen, so much more energy into all of our systems. And the exhale is what relaxes us, helps us clear stuff out, let stuff go. So make sure your exhales are long and complete. And one more slow, long breath here before we do the first exercise. And you can keep your eyes open or closed for this. You want to stay relaxed everywhere else while you work the parts that we're going to work with each exercise. And keep that slow, long belly breath going throughout. So first exercise is going to go after helping unround the shoulders, addressing posture, stretching, realigning, and even strengthening the neck and shoulders. So what we're going to do for this one is bring the arms up off the floor as you start to take a breath in, and then interlace your hands and turn your palms away as you exhale. And just pause here, stretching into this, breathing into this. Relax the lower body. And then you're going to bring your arms up and overhead, slowly, carefully, pausing where you feel that you need to, where it's tight, and if you can, go all the way to the floor. But if you needed to pause sooner than that, stay there and stretch into that. Wherever you're at with this, breathe into it for about a minute. If your arms are to the floor, straighten those arms. Feel how this one is realigning neck and shoulders with some stretch and definitely some strengthening across the upper back. Breathe into the pose. Give it a long, slow exhale. Towards the end of the minute here, maybe stretching into it a little bit more if that feels appropriate. And then relax the arms back by your sides. Give yourself an integrating breath before we do the next pose. Next exercise we're going to use is going to help the hips and pelvis straighten out, which is an issue for most bodies these days. So we're going to use this one very gently and carefully. We're going to breathe. Let's bring the left ankle up to the right knee and exhale as you press the left knee away. And just holding here. Hands are staying to the floor. So you're actively pressing the left knee away, creating some stretch into that left hip. And now we're going to breathe into the pose, holding this for about a minute. See about relaxing the upper body here, bringing in your slow, long breath. Actively pressing that leg away, feeling how this one is stretching and realigning the hips and pelvis. And with all the stretches, don't overdo it. If it starts to feel like too much, ease out of it a little bit. Find that place before it hurts. Breathe into that. This is the kind of stretch that can really help with a lot of hip pain, lower back pain, even neck and shoulder issues are going to get helped and even resolved with some of these simple exercises. Great. Emphasize the pose, one last breath. And then bring the foot back to the floor. Reassemble so you feel symmetrical. And then we're going to breathe our way into the other side. Make sure feet are hips width and straight to start. So breathe the right ankle up to the left knee. Exhale the right knee away, and just working with what's true on this side. It's probably different. Most of us have left and right differences these days, and just breathe into whatever's true on this side. Working it as much as you do need to feel the work, but not overdoing it at all. Balancing out that work with listening to your body. Breathe into the pose. And just keep relaxing that upper body, soften the face and jaw. So we're learning to stay relaxed through work and challenge. We're learning to breathe through challenge with these poses. And we're also getting to be more efficient with our energy by only working the parts that need to be working and relaxing everywhere else. So last breath here, breathe into the pose. And then go ahead and put that foot back on the floor. Reassemble so you feel symmetrical. Next, we're going to do some very gentle therapeutic pelvic tilts here. So these are going to look like a little arch in the low back and a little rounding of the low back to the floor. Feet are straight. So you're going to inhale as you arch, just as big as feels appropriate for you. Exhale as you round the low back to the floor. And then back and forth 10 times. At your own pace, making these as big as you can. And feel how these are stretching, realigning, and even strengthening through the hips, through the spine, through the pelvis. You might even feel little cricks and cracks of realignment because this is all giving you a bit of a chiropractic adjustment that you're giving yourself. Last couple of those pelvic tilts. Great. Awesome. Bring it back to center. Give yourself an integrating breath. Now the next couple are going to give the hips a little bit of a strengthening as well as some more stretch and realignment. So take it slow and gentle and do it at your own pace in a way that works for you. So we're going to go back to bringing that left ankle up to the right knee, finding this position. And then next we're going to make it some more work by bringing up the opposite side. That right leg is up at a 90-degree angle, knees right over the hip, foot straight out from the knee, upper body's just relaxed and breathing into the belly. Let it be your hips doing the work, not the belly muscles. Try to keep your belly relaxed and breathing. And this one is stretching, realigning, and strengthening those hips in some important ways. This work balances out our sitting lives, time in the car, time with the computer. Great. Staying a full minute if you can, but you can come out sooner if you need to. Last breath there. See if you can make it a little better with your form. Awesome. And put the foot to the floor. Reassemble. Give yourself an integrating breath before you do the other side. And then we're going to go ahead and do the other side. Cross that ankle over. Now this side's probably going to be different on your body, like most bodies. As you're ready, exhale that left side up. Do your best to find the good form, 90-degree angle. Breathe into the pose. See how much you can relax the parts that don't need to be working. Soften the face and jaw, using lots of breath. Lots of exhale to find your resilience. Generally, we inhale through the nose and then exhale out of the mouth or nose throughout the practice is the way I like to share the exercises. But as much as you can keep the breath going, the better. Good. And then finish that one up. Come on out of it. Feet to the floor. Give yourself a few more pelvic tilts. Rounding as you exhale. Inhale as you arch. These should just feel pretty good. And these are also squeezing your internal organs, giving you a little purifying, helping digestion. And this is all energy work you're doing for yourself, freeing up stuck energy through the body, helping energy get moving, bringing in fresh energy. And that breath really helps with that. Good. Now come back to neutral. Next, we're going to do a simple, gentle bridge pose. Arms by our sides, feet straight and hips width, so that when we lift up, the knees are going to be right over the feet. So we're going to inhale to prepare, exhale everything out, and then press into the feet as you inhale. Lift your hips up as high as feels appropriate to hold for about a minute. And just keeping the arms to the floor is the way I like this pose for how it's helping the posture, strengthening those hips. Now you can feel it in those glutes working. We need those buns strong. Breathe into the pose. This one also boosts immunity and helps the thyroid. Feet nice and solidly on the floor. Breathe into the pose. Finding ways to relax the parts that don't need to be working. Good. For about a full minute. Holding this one if you can. And then as you're ready, gently, slowly ease on down. Maybe like you're rolling the spine down one vertebrae at a time. Good. Give yourself a couple more pelvic tilts. Awesome. And then let's gently hug those knees in towards the chest. Interlace your hands around them and just rock yourself side to side. Feel how that massages the low back. Helps those organs in the low back get a little purifying, a little energy work. And breathe into how you're feeling. Just exhale everything out. Notice if you're starting to feel more relaxed, more present, and just better. Good. Come on back. Awesome. Integrating breath. Now we're going to roll to one side. Use a forearm to come up. And we're going to come to hands and knees for some of those classic cat and dog or cat and cow stretches. Ideally, we have hands right under shoulders, knees right under hips. Hands nice and open if you can, arms straight. If you've got wrist tenderness, you can make fists instead. As you're ready, these are kind of like the pelvic tilts. You're going to inhale and arch and look up. You're going to exhale and round and look in. 10 of these. Inhaling as you arch. Exhaling as you round. Pull the belly up and in. Back and forth. And these are stretching, realigning, and strengthening you. Helping squeeze the organs some more, helping digestion. Also boosting immunity. Also helping the thyroid. Regulating hormones with all this work. Powerful stuff, even as it just feels really good. Awesome. Maybe these are getting bigger. Great. And back towards center. Give yourself an integrating breath. Great. Take an inhale to prepare. As you exhale, getting ready to settle into either an elevated child's pose or a regular child's pose. So we're going to inhale to prepare. Elevated child's pose would just be sitting back about a third of the way, forehead to the floor like this. That's going to be a really safe, better choice for a lot of us. Some might prefer to go straight back, feet and knees straight is my preference. And settling down there, arms can be by your sides. So either way, the elevated child's pose or the more traditional style, holding that, breathing into that for about a minute. The child's pose is relaxing the nervous system as well as stretching out the body. Breathe into the pose. Give it some good, slow, long exhales. Good. And then come on back up out of that one. And then we're going to come up onto the knees. Great. One more time. Use this stretch up overhead like we did on the back. That one's going to stretch and realign your neck and shoulders even more. Good. Relax the arms down. Give yourself a few shoulder rolls. Great. And then we're going to gently bring ourselves to standing. See if you can stand without using your hands. Good. Come on into it. And stand yourself tall. Just notice how you feel. Great. Shake it out a little bit at this point. Remember, it's all energy. So we're freeing up stuck energy. We're letting go of old energy. We're bringing in fresh energy. We're getting our energy moving, which just helps everything. Body, mind, spirit, everything. Shake it out. Be intuitive about this part. Breathe into this too. Good. And then to finish up, we're going to just do one last position, which is a bit of power posing. Interlace the hands behind the head, elbows back. Just holding this big open position, which is straightening out the posture some more, strengthening us to hold that alignment, and really opening up the heart, which boosts immunity, boosts confidence, lowers anxiety. Breathe into the pose, and it is a bit of a workout you'll feel across the back. Strengthening us to be in good alignment for the day. Good. Awesome. And then towards the end of a minute there, relax the arms down, give yourself a few more shoulder rolls. Good. Any last stretching out, shaking it out you need to do to feel complete? And just notice how you feel in your body now, how you feel in your mind, how you feel in the moment. Take a moment to silently thank yourself for your practice. Maybe put your hand on your heart, which goes with gratitude. And then let's close with hands in the prayer mudra, standing as if we're at a wall, just letting the body settle into alignment. And feel what you've created, and just know that everyone in your day is going to feel the difference with you taking this time to tune yourself in the body and the mind. Awesome. And then you can see yourself moving into your day, making the best of it, but maintaining this connection to yourself, right? So I'm so thankful to share this practice with you. And from here, you can go into your day, keep working with your breath, keep practicing relaxing, use ways to stretch the body as you need it, and just give yourself a big thanks for taking this time to take care of you today. So I'm so thankful to share this practice with you. I'm Laura Jane. Namaste.